The following video contains coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised.
So I'll remember when I edit this. Well, that's where it is. I guess if I was editing it or looking for it to edit, I wouldn't know. And Bill and Ted, asshole adventure right there. If I think about doing it, it should be done. Ladies and gentlemen, what stands before you, the return of the namesake of this very program. They call him Uncle Gramma. They call this is story time, and they call in the background LB working in the studio. Everything's going on.
That's hard work.
Welcome home.
Thanks,
Both you guys. I just realized we're not revealing because it's already been revealed, so I sort of blew that. Thank you, LB, you sweet man.
I might as well do a quick introduction here.
They should know who he is, just from the last couple episodes. We've been hitting on him for a long time now.
Yeah, we haven't actually got you in once.
Nope.
So, welcome, Jason Arcana, everybody.
Hello. My name is Jason.
Just like a sound check. That's awesome.
So, my good friend Jason and I have been playing music together for on and off for 20 plus years.
Yep.
I don't want to date ourselves, but I met you when I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm turning 41 this year. So, however that works.
Ooh.
That's a lot of years.
Yeah, let's not think about that.
Moving right along.
Yeah, but yeah, we couldn't wait till you were 19 so we could get you on the road and play some shows, and then you got to learn who Gordy was.
Well, there was a point in time where can I bring up the very first show? Do you remember the very first show?
Oh boy.
Refresh me.
Hudson Bay.
Oh yes.
That was the first one.
That was your first experience with the Vagabond Boys.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. So at the end of the night, we the only people in the bar, because there's a hockey game happening, was the two waitresses who were very nice to us, and they're just like, sorry, probably no one's going to show up until like 1:00 in the morning, and they made us start playing at 9. And there's like, okay, you guys got to finish by 1 because that's when everybody gets here. It's like,
But isn't the point to
What?
watch the band?
so then that's when everybody showed up, and they're just like, turn the band down, turn up the country music.
Yeah.
And then they invited us to the after party that was above the bar. And turns out we weren't supposed to be hanging out with these two girls. And the whole hockey team wanted to beat us up.
Yeah.
And that was my first gig with you guys.
Yeah,
great
lesson
story.
learned. If it seems too good to be true, the two cutest girls in the bar like us, then
It's
it
a
is.
trap.
There's a reason for that.
Quote Admiral Akbar, it's a trap.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they weren't doing that. That wasn't on them. They didn't
It's
know.
a setup from the hockey boys.
Yeah, that was a little brutal, but
They
hey.
didn't know, but they probably were like, "Man, this happens every time."
Yeah.
Why does this keep happening to us?
Yeah.
Who's doing this?
I remember you guys being just like, I hope he wants to keep doing this, 'cause that was nuts.
Yeah.
And that was like literally the kicker is like, that was a lot of fun. They were
Yeah.
like, okay.
It was an adventure.
That's what music life is. All right.
Yeah, and
Sign
it's
me
been so many adventures since. And
I got one question about
Yeah.
the adventures. Are you as pissed off as I am that the name Vagabond that was spelled in rocks when you were stranded way, way, way up north isn't fully completed as I am? The fact that it's not fully done really irks me.
You know, I think it speaks for the band. I think it kind of just that's us, man.
It is what it is.
We were there, and then
You
we
did
had
the
to
art
take
and you
off.
didn't even know at the time.
Who knows? Maybe a
Maybe it is
30-year
finished.
reunion, we'll pop by there and finish it off.
It could be done. I don't know why, but every time I hear stories like from Vagabond, I always think like, man, what if
Somewhere
somebody
out there.
finished that little SOS sign, but instead of the SOS it was a Vagabond, the word, the name right there in rocks. Very cool.
And
That bugs me. I don't know why.
it's such a crazy thing to even think about how many, that was our luck. Like that's how our luck just kind of worked.
Yeah.
Because we would break down. Well, in that case, broke down for a very long time. It was hours of like, we are so screwed.
Middle of nowhere.
So in the middle of nowhere. And for Mike just to get this like light bulb moment, and then he just ran away, and we don't know what he's doing. We just keep hauling rocks, and he's like, what is he doing? He's out underneath the back tire. It has nothing to do with the radiator. It's just, why is he even back there? And all of a sudden he comes out with this hose. It's like, what the? And it is just like such an odd experience. And I don't know how many times we went through those types of things where we are shut down, we're screwed, and then all of a sudden, ba-ding.
The eyebrows go up.
And then the eyebrows go up.
That's it.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm codependent. I became codependent to those eyebrows.
Yeah.
Like
And-
it depended on how our day was going.
Yeah. Our attitude during the day was like, if those eyebrows are up and we're hopeless, it's like, I think something good is about to happen. He's got something going in there. This is insane.
But we'll keep piling these rocks.
Yeah. But it's like,
But not fully.
like everything depended on us playing gigs so we could eat. So it was that type of lifestyle for me was probably a little bit different. You guys are, older than I was, but we were all young in the same way of like, we had never really done this, where we're putting all our eggs into one bus and we're living in it. And this is our life. There is no job. There is no nothing. We're sleeping in it next to each other for who knows how long. And we just kept living like that. Yeah. And I would highly suggest to anybody who has any inkling of like, oh, I want to go try something right outside of high school, before drinking age, before all this stuff, figure out how to go and like hang out with your buddies, and do something fun for a couple of years. Don't make any decisions. Oh, I really want to be a doctor. Go ahead, go be a doctor, but go learn about life for a minute. Like, go stick yourself into bad situations and crawl yourself out of a hole. Like it's
go. You know what it is? Go stay at the Coffee Palace in St. Kilda in Melbourne. That's how you learn about life. You stay in a 10-bed room and you survive in St. Kilda in Melbourne, the Coffee Palace. I'll never forget it, man. They had a virtual tennis cabinet arcade machine in there. Like about once a week, we'd be playing it and there'd be fights breaking out because it's like right beside the lobby. It's like, hey, can you keep it down in there? We're trying to finish this video game. And it was wild. And you learn more. And like I did 3 months just around that little area. And I learned more about life in those 3 months than anything else until I started this place. I've learned a lot more than that. But at that point, that was the most life lessons I ever learned. Because like you said, I went there with no money. I was like, I have no money. It was me, my buddy Doobie, and my buddy Benny. And it's like, okay, well, I guess we have to get a job right when we get here. So in that hostel in St. Kilda, we would like take turns working barbecues on the roof. And then it gave us free lodging. So now we're staying for free. Okay, this is good. And then we do that to stay for free. And then you look around on all the job boards in the hostel. You find there's this job at this bar. And you go and you start working in this bar there. And then on the weekends,
you'll figure it out.
Fun stuff. Yeah. And you learn how to pay for these trips that you're doing. Then you hear about a hostel that's basically on a vineyard, and you're living in this place, and then the place drives you to the vineyard. You work 8 hours in the vineyard in plus 45-degree heat. You go home, and you do that for a month, and then you can afford to go to the next place.
Yeah.
And learning to survive through that with people, total strangers everywhere, is so valuable. And it was such a good thing for me. And then to think about people doing that all the time, that's the crazy part.
Yeah.
I had enough. I had enough to know I did not want to be, doing that for a long time.
Yeah. We got away with playing a lot of Thin Lizzy when people asked for AC/DC. Like that's what we did.
Because we did it good.
Yeah. Hey, you want AC/DC? And they're like, oh, this is AC/DC. Yep.
Yeah,
Tonight's going to be a jailbreak.
What a great song.
Doesn't AC/DC have a song called Jailbreak? Yeah, this was our
Before
version.
that, this was the demo version.
Done in Ireland.
You guys don't even know, man. You don't even know, bro.
So the exciting thing, obviously, if anybody's watched any of the episodes, we got Jason in on the whole Arcana Kings thing. It's almost been a year now. I think it was December last year. officially, and then
Feel
we
that
have
long
had
ago, hey?
quite the friggin' year.
It was an amazing year, I'd have to say. Yeah.
And like, I can't imagine anybody else being with us during all this stuff, because there's trials and tribulations with every band, but we've gone through pretty much the gamut of what I remember, like the crappy times in when you have a van breakdown, you got this, you got that, and it's like, how do you deal with it when it happens? And I can't imagine anybody else being with us other than you, because of how even everything becomes. So when something bad happens, I remember we're broke down. I look over at you and that smile. You're like, hey.
Well,
It was
okay.
like, well, what are we gonna do? I don't know.
I'll go on, I'll make a TikTok or something.
Yeah, and then just turn the other direction, and next thing you know, we're
Yeah.
smiling, we're having a great time, and
Yeah.
like, what the hell? Like, this is the best way to deal with this. Like, what are we gonna sit and like bury our heads in the sand like
Yeah.
a ostrich? Like,
Well, just got to gauge, what do I have control over? What don't I have control over?
yeah,
And if you freak out about the stuff you don't have control over, then kind of wasting your time.
absolutely. And what we do have control over is our want to be out there with friends and play music for people, and that's what we want.
Yeah.
So we're asking for it, really. Like, when you break down, you do all these things, it's like, hey, I wanted this. I knew this risk.
I'm happy to be there.
Yeah.
This time last year, I was like, writing music and playing music at home, but I was like, I've almost had enough of hearing about you guys gallivanting.
Quit telling me about it.
So when you asked me about it, when you guys asked me to join, I was more than ready to join. After I'll talk about that, my journey through sobriety.
Yep.
I guess it'll be 9 years in February.
No way.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I love that.
Yeah, and one of the major boundaries I had to set was the people I keep in my circle, people that I
100%.
trust. And man, you and I go way back, and Al and I go way back, and you guys know that I have those new boundaries and totally respected them right away. And so, I knew that it wouldn't be a challenge. And going to Vegas was the first big test. There's like flats of
Everywhere.
big,
Everywhere.
practically solo cups about this full of whiskey.
Yeah.
Any of those we could have gone missing at any time, and everybody was having such a great time they wouldn't have noticed that. All of those little voice things were there. But man, it's just all my needs are met, all my wants are met. So there's no craving or anything like that. It's just, let's get this show done as good as we can, and let's have a lot of fun.
And that's what I loved about that trip too. Like, I don't know if you remember, because that was that Brian guy or whatever, that he comes every St. Patrick's Day, and he's like, he always buys us a shot, but it's always like this weird tray of like here's a whole bunch of Irish whiskey. And I think one time we actually had all of them, and it's Vegas, so they're like, like you said, they're like 4 ounces.
Probably, yeah.
And I remember after that first night, when he bought us all these shots and stuff, and we put them back in the green room, and there's literally 24 shots sitting there. Does anybody want one of these? Like, no. Like, I don't want anything to do with that. It's like, what the hell? We come back the next day, and they're still there. It's like, oh, everyone thought that, we were saving them. I think they were in the fridge or something. So we actually felt bad and put it into a bunch of plastic bottles. And I remember getting back to Canada. We were driving back to Canada. This is days later. We're like, didn't we put all that whiskey in a bunch of water bottles? It's like, yeah, does anybody want it? No. So why did we take it? It's like, we felt bad that it was just going to waste.
It's been ingrained in our young minds.
Yeah.
Don't waste
That
booze.
waste not, want not, man. You lick that off the floor, dude.
Yeah, and just nobody wanted it. And it
Get a straw.
And for us to have you around in those scenarios where it's just like, hey, do you want that? I was like, well, obviously Jason doesn't want it. It's like, do I want it? Well, I don't need it. I don't want it. It's like, awesome, cool. This is a whole new outlook for being on the road. We're not out here to get hammered.
Yeah.
That's not why we're doing this. It's
Totally.
some people have, I'll have a drink here, there, whatever. But like when we're out there, we're hanging. This is all about the hang.
Yeah.
We got to keep each other even keel because one guy's anxiety will go up and the other one's just like, oh, this and this. Stuff's happening at home. Stuff's happening in front of your face.
Yeah.
Like it's not all about just playing the tunes. You got to like kind of not keep a bubble around you, but like just kind of let's keep this together here. There's too many lights and flashy things around, which must have been just a trip. Like,
well, like you think about like the momentum. Okay, we're there. We're in front of all these people. We've been waiting. Like I've been practicing, like looking at my TV screen to the Arcana Kings videos, just like, yeah, here we go. I'm going to be up there. That's going to be me. Looking at the Vegas videos, oh, I'm going to be there with Al, and oh, great, yeah, we're going to have a great time. Oh, boy, this is going to be great. And then you get there, and months of anticipation, and then something happens. Like, I was really worked up. My hand was cramping.
I remember.
Because I've been practicing so much.
Yep.
And then my heart was I have a heart issue, so I was vomiting. I vomited in 3 different casinos, not one drink. And but still, like we just pushed through and and then like something happens, like the van breaks down or whatever.
Yep.
And so we got this roller coaster. We were just up here, and then all of that dopamine and serotonin gets tossed out the window, and we're just like, well, now what are we gonna do?
Yeah, troubleshoot.
Okay, now we gotta get into fight or flight crisis mode and band together. And now stuff's happening at home, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So one of us is taking it a bit harder than the other guys, and we notice that. So we have to pull through. Like that's the team, right?
Yeah.
You don't need that crazy maker making things worse.
Mm-hmm. And you can't just be like, walk away from the scenario. Oh, look, there's the cowboy or there's the golden nugget. It's like, no, straighten out. It's like one of the boys needs to be here with the rest of us. And how are we going to do this so we're all connected again?
Start looking for repair shops.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so this is where I'm getting into this. We're going to call a friend here. So when we broke down in southern Indiana, we had a good friend who helped us out when we needed it. Can you hear the ringing?
This is great.
And he helped in a way that was just, we couldn't imagine having any other person around us at the time in a very small place. Can I turn this down while it rings? He's currently fixing his truck, he said. He might not answer his phone right away. We'll see.
He's a fix-it guy.
So we're in a place called Crane, Indiana, which if you look on a map, is kind of in central Indiana, south of Indianapolis, maybe an hour and a half. It's a town of like less than 100 people, I think. And it's right outside of a naval base.
Isn't that called a village?
Could be. I think it actually might have been a
Hamlet.
village. Yeah, it might have been a hamlet.
I believe it's pronounced Milwaukee.
And we were there. We had played in Bedford, Indiana a couple of years ago. This is where we met our good friend Bob Johnson, sells optic armor
He's
eyewear.
been on the show.
He's been on
Great
the show.
guy.
And that's where we met. Here we go. That's where we met this other gentleman, also named Bob. So hopefully he's going to answer his phone. Here we go.
Here we go. We got something.
No answer.
Oh.
Give me a few minutes, he says. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Reliable man. Very like
Extremely reliable. Like when we met him in Bedford, that was quite the experience. Al and I had walked around and we were just trying to meet people. And
that in itself is so crazy. I just want to throw that. And today's day and age to do that seems so outrageous.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
And
Continue.
like, we don't know anybody. We want to go meet people. So within the first 5 minutes of walking around, we met 2 Bobs. And we are basically lifelong friends with these guys. Like it never went away. So when we went to Crane, Indiana. We were pulling up to this small little bar, and I'm talking small, and it's called the Lonely Nights Saloon. And we booked it because it was somewhere near the place that we knew where all these guys were. Like our buddy Greg, who originally got us out to Bedford, he lives there. He was actually just retiring from the fire department around that time. And he got us a gig at his little local haunt, and we came and played there. And for them, they're just like, you guys were just in Vegas. What the hell are you doing here? And we're like, well, we came to visit. Like, and we get to play. So that's cool. But like, this is more of an excuse to come and visit. And by the time we made it back out to the van and all the fluids leaking out of it, it's like, oh, hey guys, we're screwed. And it was like, is there a mechanic in the room? And
Our first thought, like, because, you know, we're not assuming that people are just going to run and help us.
Absolutely
Our first thought is like, oh man, I hope they're not upset. We got to figure out how to get to the show with our gear before, and, you know, we're worried about being professional.
Yep. We had set up and sound checked and went to the hotel and got our stuff hooked up at the hotel, came out to the van, and the van is now, fluid is everywhere all over this parking lot. And it's like, we can't even drive 2 minutes down the road to get to the thing. So now we're calling people, and they're just like, okay, somebody's going to come and pick you up. I think it was CJ. Guy named CJ came and picked us up, slight crazy story about this. We got in, and I remember putting on the seatbelt. He's like, no, you don't have to wear your seatbelt. And it was like, why? He's like, well, I have a thing. He's a veteran. And he's like, I have like a license or whatever says that I don't have to wear my seatbelt because he has PTSD and he can't have anything across his chest or he'll start freaking out. And I was just like, wow, that's kind of wild. He's like, yeah, I was dead. I'm like, what? And he shows us, he's got a hole in the back of his neck. And I was like, what the hell is this from? He's like, oh, it was my second tour or whatever. I know I'll get the specifics of this wrong, but he was in the Army, an American Army. He was in the Middle East, I could have been Afghanistan or Iraq.
He was fighting somewhere.
He was fighting somewhere, and they were clearing a room. They went through. They were ambushed. I think him out of like 8 guys, him and one other guy survived. All he remembers was being shot in the chest through his vest, and then guys went around and were finishing everybody off and giving him one to the head. And supposedly when it happened to him, it went through the back of his neck and out his mouth, and all of his teeth came out. And he was passed out by that point. He woke up somewhere in Pennsylvania a couple days later, and he had survived. And the Army had shipped him home, and somehow went and found these guys and got him on a plane and shipped him home, and he survived. And he had actually been finished off in battle, and it went through his neck, came out, and he pulled out his fake teeth, and I was just like, I've never heard of anything like this before.
And you could talk about it.
And talk about it and be like open and honest, and it was just like
crazy.
It was quite, and we're sitting there just like, oh, so this is just like a coffee story.
Yeah.
Because like we're right next to this naval base. Yeah. All these guys around here have veterans. Served, and this is some wild stuff. If they start getting into their conversations and stories, it's like you sit back and you listen.
We'll get PTSD.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's like, oh, our van's broken down. It's like, oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
Tell me when there's a problem, son.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was like.
Yeah.
So here I'm going to call this fine gentleman back here. Hopefully he answers right away. You might not be able to see it from here because we got a bunch of stuff in the way. Hopefully he'll be able to hear us soon. Hey, do you recognize this, Jason?
Yeah, it's our panorama experience.
Yeah. Hey. This kind of has to do with the story that why we're bringing on this guest. So this picture here was, what was it, 50, 100 feet away from the stage? We were out, There's a field.
Yeah, just here, beside it there.
In Sandusky, Ohio.
Beautiful Sandusky, Ohio.
And it was, sun was setting, the weather was just perfect, and we were doing panoramic shots where you could go really slow. So this is Jason.
It's a total
in
record
like
cover.
4 different places
Record
across
cover.
this thing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, kind
I
of
was
our
going to ask
Abbey Road.
if that's the AI for today.
That
was
is
just normal. Is that the
it's
one?
our own AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's Jason in 5 different places.
Yes. We need more Jasons.
Proudly brought to you by our friends over at King Paul.
Absolutely.
I'm seeing Jasons.
Oh man, this is good. See, I just wanted to say real quick, we sent an email to our friends there saying, as you can tell, we're empty of stuff to show off. So we're looking forward to getting another package that we're going to unbox live. Remember we unboxed this live last time? That was one of the funnest episodes ever.
That's pretty wild. We still haven't done the driving crooner yet.
It's so hard for me to remember it's driving because it's always been roaming. Roaming? No. Driving crooner. God, we embarrass ourselves for the first 20 episodes. All the time. Anyway.